What's up, everybody? This is Jason from Straight Edge Knives, and hey, we got another video for you today. And today it's going to be on some Jack Wolf knives, right? So, man, these things are beautiful, gorgeous pieces of modernized classics, if you will, right? This is basically these blades to me are modernized case-like knives, if that makes sense, right? A lot of these are slip joint style knives, more classic designs, but with modern updated materials, man. And I'll tell you what, man, these things are beautiful pieces of work. Our buddy Scott over at Choir Boys Cutlery, he was nice enough to send me pretty much all of his Jack Wolf knives that he has. And we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 8 of them here to look at. Now Scott's done reviews on pretty much all of these where he's testing them out, cutting stuff like that. I highly suggest you go check out those videos. I'm not going to be doing all the testing stuff in this video. What I want, since Scott's already done that, there's other people who've done it. What I wanted to concentrate on was, since I have 8 of these knives in front of me, I wanted to compare them up next to each other, show you guys the different size differences and things like that, because there's a bunch of different versions of these knives, different handle scale materials, different blades. Some of the blade, when you see them online, they don't always quite look. Sometimes they look bigger than what they are. Sometimes they look smaller than what they are. So I figured, this is a perfect opportunity to get all these knives out here on the table. I'm going to flip the camera around. We're going to do a top-down look at them so you can get a really good look and at the size differences of blade shapes and things like that. So hope you guys are okay with me not doing all the testing. Again, I'll put a link to Scott's YouTube channel in the description below. Definitely go check out his videos. He's cutting rope, cutting tires, doing all kinds of crazy stuff with these things, So we're going to leave the testing of these blades for him, but I'm going to show you guys the nice, beautiful overview of them so you have a better idea of what you're looking at when you're looking at them online. So first thing I want to say, though, is Jack Wolf knives, they're absolutely beautiful knives, man. They're super cool. One of the cool things I really like about their blades or about Jack Wolf knives is their packaging is like second to none, man. They have this really cool thing where each one of their blades comes in a can or a box. I think the only one that comes in a box is the fixed blade one. But every one of the knives, when they come out, be it the Bionic Jack or Vampire Jack, whatever, they'll have their own can with their own specific artwork. So this artwork's always new and always different. So this is actually kind of ups the collectability of these, because it's like no two packaging is alike, from the Bionic Jack, I think. No, this is the Bionic Jack, and this is the Benny. You're never going to see the Benny cans with the Bionic Jack artwork. You know what I mean? So it kind of ups the collectability factor of these blades. Just like with how people collect case knives and stuff like that. I believe Jack Wolf knives are going to be in the same realm as far as collectability down the road, just because of the premium materials and stuff that they're using. But let's take, for instance, this Midnight Jack. It's got a nice, cool, werewolf kind of thing going on the front. Got a nice little story about Jack Wolf knives in the back. You open this up, got a really, again, nice box. It's kind of held together, like kind of magnetically. You got a nice kind of velvet lined box right here with a couple of stickers. There might have been more in this box, I'm not sure. Again, these came from Scott, so I don't have all the packaging for all the blades, but he did send me some of the packaging. So here's the Bionic Jack, which would be this guy right here. Beautiful, beautiful knife. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But when you crack these cans open, the knives are typically wrapped up in a really nice microfiber cloth, but it's not like a tiny one. Look how big this thing is, man. That's definitely a usable microfiber towel. You could use it for a lot of things, your glasses, whatever, phone. You got, if I get the stuff out of here, well, that's a little thing at the bottom. There's a couple of stickers in here too, and the stickers are always very specific to the knife as well. So here's your Bionic Jack sticker that comes in there, and there's like 2 of them in here, so that's cool. So you got a couple of them. You get these cool little, maybe, I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember, but Pogs or whatever. It's kind of like a Pog. It's like a little cardboard kind of little thing like that. You can see it's a Bionic Jack on there. Got some artwork. So that's pretty cool. Oops, put that in the wrong. I meant to put this in there. So, again, it's kind of cool that it comes with these different little things like I said, are collectible. So that kind of ups the ante. I really like that. I think it's a nice touch to the knives. I mean, granted, it's just packaging, but I don't know. It's always kind of nice. Like here's another big, cleaning cloth. This one's in the Benny. Again, you got your little pog that's specific to the blade. Got a couple of stickers in here. If I can get them out, that's the one thing, is getting the stickers out. Again, this can has 2 stickers in it as well. Well, anyway, it looks just like that on the can, right? Has 2 stickers as well, so that's cool. Again, because you can always take one, put it on your toolbox or your ice chest or something like that, and then save one as a collectible sticker, I guess. So cool stuff. I like it. I like the packaging, but we want to see the blades, right? So what we're going to do here is I have the one fixed blade and a few different folders. Some of them are slip joint, some of them are frame lock, like this Bionic Jack thing opens up nicely. This is a frame lock, beautiful colors. I mean, and so we're going to flip the camera around, give you that top down look. So I mean, that way I can actually lay them out on the table in front of me. You guys can get a good look at them. So stand by while I adjust my camera. All right, everybody, here we are. So I kind of got this angle flipped around. This is a little bit different for me. I'm kind of almost in an inverted type of thing. So it's going to be a little fun here doing this, and I'm wanting to catch the light here as well. But this is the Midnight Jack fixed blade EDC. I did a full review on this one, actually, so go check that video out. But beautiful leather sheath. All of these knives, actually, with the exception of the Bionic Jack, came with a leather sheath. Now, I don't know, the Bionic Jack comes with one normally, and it just wasn't in the packaging when Scott sent it, but everything else has a nice like leather slip sheath for pocket carrier, things like that. This one has a nice clip on the back, so you could pocket carry it easily. But the thing is a beautiful, beautiful knife. I love these purple, I think this is like called fat carbon handle scales, if you guys can see those colors. I mean, beautiful colors. This thing's just a really cool, like really nice little EDC thing. You could use this for lots of different things, cutting fruit and apples, and well, I guess fruit and apples are the same thing, but you could easily cut up, rope, twine, stuff like that without a problem. So the Midnight Jack fixed EDC is obviously a fixed blade. So let's see, we're going to set that right there, make sure it's still in frame. So what I'm going to go to next is the Bionic Jack titanium stonewash. Now look at this thing, guys. Beautiful titanium. This thing is super light for its size. You got these beautiful, like kind of purple anodized, I believe these are titanium screws as well. Nice, beautiful matching colored backspacer pocket clip. They did a nice little indentation here to help with the pocket clip so it doesn't tear up your pants. But man, this thing just flips right open. And look at that beautiful kind of stonewash color titanium blade. I mean, this thing is just, I mean, the lockup is nice. There's no play left or right, front or back. The lock engages perfectly. Just, if I catch the little thing right, there you go. See, that pops right open. Nice little, like a fuller here, if you will, so you can get your fingernail in and flick it open. It also has a front flipper. Now, guys, I really, really suck at doing front flippers, so let me see if I can, yeah, see, I got to play with them for a bit to get it, but as you can tell, this definitely has a different blade shape. And then with this handle, you're getting a full-size handle, as you can see there. I get a full grip on this, where like with the Midnight, it's a little shorty, coffin style. So I only get like 3 fingers on, like 3 fingers pretty much. Pinky kind of hangs off. Not that it's uncomfortable or anything like that, but if you like a fuller size grip, if I put these, grip to grip, you can see you're definitely getting a lot more grip. Blade-wise, oddly enough, if you look at these, if I can put these up blade to blade, they're almost, I mean, you're just getting a little bit more with the Bionic Jack, if you can see that there. So let me switch these around so you can see the light better. Bam. So guess depending on what you're looking for, if you like more full-size grip, you could definitely go like a Bionic Jack compared to the Midnight Jack. Like I said, it's like a more of a 3-fingered little knife. Up next, we're going to go to the Benny Fat Carbon Arctic Storm. And so, again, this is another liner lock, but if you can see here, it's like, not liner lock, frame lock, but it's got that hidden bar. So on this Bionic Jack, you can see the lock bar right here. On this bad boy, it actually rides underneath the handle scale. So this is the lock right here. If you can see that. And then this one again, kind of flick it right open. You can see right here where the bar comes over, but it's hidden behind the fat carbon scales, which I think is a really nice touch because it makes it look makes it look sleeker. Some people I don't think like to see that line on the frame lock. Some people care, some people don't. So this actually gives you a nice look. So it almost looks like you have that classic slip joint, but you have the security of the frame lock. So it's nice and hidden. Beautiful. Again, believe this is a titanium clip, screws, nice back spacer. Everything with these knives is super flush. There's like no gapping on any of these that I've seen. Everything just fits very, very nicely together. I mean, this thing is just rolling. This has a front flipper as well. Again, I'm not really good at those, but I'd rather just do the old Spidey flick. But man, this thing is very, very nice. And again, you're getting that full size grip right here. But it's a pretty similar blade shape between the Bionic Jack, and you're getting more of a was that a flat saber grind kind of compared to here. But handle wise, you're looking at the same. Blade wise, you're looking at the same lengths as well. So very nicely done. Let's slide these up, kind of make room. And then again, it comes with a real nice leather kind of slip sheath, as you can see there. So you got this sucker closed up. You can carry it with a pocket clip, or if you'd like to protect the fat carbon scales, you can always slide it in there, carry it in your pocket like this, help keep it from getting any scuff marks or anything like that. So that is the Benny Fat Carbon Arctic Storm. Let's see. Up next, this one's a really cool one, is the Benny Clip Cosmetic Purple. Again, you got this really cool leather sheath, very nicely made. Let's get this bad boy out. Now look at that purple. That is gorgeous, man. I love that purple. Let's see if I can catch it in the sun. You guys see that? Look at that. The screws are all nice and flush. It's super smooth transition between the screws and the handle material on both sides. The screw's not either sticking up nor sunk down into the handle. It's just nice and flush. Gives it a really nice look. No gapping between the bolster here and the handle material. It's all nice, smooth, all the way around the back. Blade centered up. Now this is a classic slip joint. You guys can pull it open. You can hear that click. Very solid. I mean, it's pretty stout. Even though there's no locking mechanism. I mean, this is locked in pretty good. You click it, you can hear it click open. I mean, bam. Once the sucker's open, everything is smooth. You can barely see the transition point between the blade and right between my fingers there. It's there, but you can barely see it, and there's no like raised edge to it there. And it's got a little bit more of a swoop, pretty similar blade shape. There's slight differences, as you can tell. And all of these are S90V still. But this also has that full-size grip, as you can see there. So if you got to get onto it and do some hard cutting, you definitely could. But again, you got to keep in mind that there is no locking mechanism to these. I think I came off camera, didn't I? Oh, no. Here we go. There is no locking mechanism to these. So you always, with the slip joints, you always got to be careful that you don't accidentally hit the back of the blade too hard, or it could theoretically kind of come down and close on your finger. So these aren't made for like heavy chopping, super hard use. This is made more for your everyday, maybe whittling, like I said, cutting up food, cutting some twine, rope, little things like that. So always keep that in mind with the slip joints. But I mean, these are classic. I mean, this is like stuff like your grandfather, great-great-grandfathers used to carry back in the day. So very, very beautiful knife, like I said. Up next, we have, that was the Benny Cosmetic Purple. This is the Vampire Jack Titanium. Again, all of these, the rest of these are all going to have the sheath, so I won't bother to keep showing you the sheath. But this is the Vampire Jack Titanium. And look at that straight titanium look right there. Very nicely done. Again, with the handle scales, the screws here are slightly sunken in, so you don't feel them. But when you run your finger over here, it's not like you're catching your skin or anything on like the raised part of the handle material. Very nicely done. Beautiful titanium. And this is a slip joint as well, So you can come in here and open this bad boy up. Now you're definitely getting a different blade shape. Again, this thing, once you get it to this first position, I mean, it's pretty locked in. Hear that click, bam, this sucker's ready to go. And then let's do it like a half close. So you can kind of see there the locking bar, if you will. Not locking bar, but you can see that this part raises up. But look at, again, that transition point between here and here is barely noticeable. No gapping at all. And this is more of a coffin style handle. Man, this thing is just, again, you kind of almost pretty much got a full-size grip with this guy as well. But beautiful, beautiful knife. Very slick. I really do like these coffin style handles. I don't know, I kind of wish there was more blades out there with coffin style handles. So after the Vampire Jack, we have the Sharpshooter Jack Titanium Reverse Tux. So getting a different handle shape here. Again, this is a slip joint as well. Screws, everything are very nicely, again, flush. Like I said, almost with all of these knives, I have not found any of them to really have any gapping, or the quality control on these coming out is, at least on all of these, is fantastic. And bear in mind, these have all been tested, like hard use. So if you do see some like little spots and stuff on here on the blades, you got to remember Scott did testing with these. He lives in Florida. It's very humid. And look at, I mean, these blades are still really clean besides a couple little spots. And even with him doing his cut testing, cutting tires and canvas and ratchet straps and stuff, these blades look fantastic. I mean, bam, clicks into place, smooth transitions, just very nicely done. This one you're getting just slightly shorter handle, if you can see here, but it's still pretty much like a full-size grip. Still a bigger grip than say the Midnight Jack. I had a brain fart there, guys. Little blades though, you're still looking about the same. And they've actually, if you line all of these up, all of them, you're almost, with these two Bionic Jacks, you're getting a bigger blade. Let's slide this up a little bit. If you try to put all of these blade to blade, they're almost all the same blade length, if you can see here. Well, that's coming through. I pretty much got them all tip to tip for the most part. Even with the Midnight Jack. The Midnight Jack is just probably the slightly smallest one out of them. You can see that there. But all of these have pretty much almost the same blade lengths. Just different blade shapes, kind of styles, different handle styles. So, and this is what I really wanted to kind of show you guys, was like lining these up so you can get an idea of what, if you're looking on their website and stuff, you get an idea of what you're looking at. Next up after that, after the Sharpshooter Jack Titanium Reverse Tux, you have the After Hours Jack Fat Carbon Purple Haze. This beautiful sucker right here is, this is a frame lock as well. And it's kind of interesting. It's a little bit different. So on the Bionic Jack, you can see the lock bar, the locking mechanism all the way across. The Benny Clip Cosmetic Purple, no, I'm sorry, the Benny Fat Carbon Arctic Storm. And there's so many of these, I got to keep the name straight. You had just a little bit of the lock exposed here, where on this one, it's almost like a half and half. You have a little bit more of the locking bar exposed. The rest is covered by the fat carbon here. And so it's just slightly different. And then you're also definitely getting, it's almost like the Midnight Jack blade, but just a little longer. But if you can see here, you can see the differences between the three handles, the three locking mechanisms. Mostly hidden, fully exposed, partially hidden, if you will. If you can see that there on the camera. So that's kind of cool. I mean, again, I like it. I like the frame locks. Give you a little bit more security if you're going to be doing a little bit harder use stuff. But man, I mean, the action on these is just so smooth. I don't have to put hardly any effort at all into flicking this open. And then you get this nice, I mean, these points right here are nasty. I mean, you can really drive through some material if you need to. Again, look at that. Beautiful colors. Everything's very nicely done. Backspacer. Let's see, try to catch that light color, if you can see that. So, I mean, just awesome. And then this is definitely a full-size grip. And on this one, I would say you are just slightly getting a long, just barely longer blade here, lining up all these bolsters, all these right here, just ever so slightly. I mean, I would say that's less than half an inch, maybe even less than a quarter of an inch. So you're just barely getting a little bit extra blade length there. And then last but not least, we have the Laid Back Jack Fat Carbon Lava Flow. This sucker, man, I really like the colors on this Lava Flow. I mean, if you can see that, I'm trying to catch it. Very nice. This is the slip joint. Again, everything lines up great. No gaps here. And I've seen that on some other slip joint knives from different companies. You know, you'll see a little bit of space, a little bit of gapping between the handle material and here, or one screw will be slightly higher than the other, or there'll be some sort of little gap, or when you open them, you don't get a solid lock right there, like a solid click right there. I mean, this is pretty stout, like where, I mean, I can move it, but it's, you got to put a little bit of effort into it. And then, bam, you hear that click. I've seen it where this back piece right here is slightly raised compared to the blade. I mean, this is just smooth. All of these slip joints are just smooth. And man, I really, really like the blade shape here on this one. I mean, I just like that kind of, I don't want to say hawk bill, but I mean, it's got that nice swoop on the back with that straight edge, you know, straight edge knives, right? But man, I mean, like I said, if you got to get in there and, like, let's say you do some leather work or something like that, you can either get in there, put that tip in and do some nice clean cuts down, things like that. This one's kind of cool because it's, the handle kind of swoops back a little bit right here. We can see that. A little bit of a shorter grip, just a little bit there, you can see. But, you know, really, really cool blade. I really like the looks of this one, the blade shape with the Lava Flow. You got the titanium up here. And then this one I would even say is a little bit more on par with the Midnight Jack as far as size goes. If you put it down here against all the other ones, if I put the bolster up here, blade length again is almost all the same, but you're just getting a little bit shorter handle here. Let's slide this one out of the way here. These two are a little bit more comparable handle size wise. I'd say these three. Then you're getting into these, and then this big guy right here. So if I had to go biggest to smallest, I'd kind of go in this order. These right here are going to be your biggest. Handles, blades are all pretty much the same with the exception down here. And then you got, these will be like more of your pretty much full size handles. And then this guy is like your 3-finger. So, but I really wanted to put these blades next to each other, show them off, let you see what you're working with here. Again, you got frame lock, frame lock, frame lock, slip joint, slip joint, slip joint, slip joint, slip joint. And I believe he's, I really, you know what, I really kind of hope Jack Wolf Knives comes out with a fixed blade in this bad boy right here, just because I really like that blade shape. Give it a full size handle, whatever. I think that'd be really cool. I think any of these would be really cool in a full size fixed blade. Like, I'm more of a fixed blade guy, but these again are definitely classic collectible style knives. Top end, high quality materials, titanium. Titanium. I think you're even looking at titanium screws. Fat carbon handle scales, anodized color. I mean, just everything on these is just really, really beautiful. And again, I think really with the packaging and everything else, you can definitely see why these things are priced at what they are. And the price ranges vary, guys, from you know, like $250 on up. But again, for the collectability of them, I think it's pretty much worth it. You're getting high quality materials here and a very high quality control coming out with these things. Again, these are all used. Again, Scott has really put these to some testing, and they still look fantastic, beautiful. Like they're not beat up or nothing like that. So that's a testament to how well these things will hold up if you actually do want to use it full time, not just as a collectible. I wouldn't have any problem using one of these on a regular basis. I really like the frame locks though. That's just me, personal opinion. I wish the Vampire, not the Vampire, is it the Vampire? No, the, shoot, I got it mixed up. I think the After Hours Jack. I really wish that one had a frame lock to it. But I just like frame locks. think they're really cool. Man, these things just open and close so nicely. But if I get my finger in there right, there we go. Beautiful though, awesome. All right, guys. Well, that's about all I have for you today. I just really, again, wanted to compare these up for you. Again, I'll leave links to Scott's YouTube page, so you can go onto his page, find where he tested these blades out. You can see how well they perform and hold up. And again, Scott, thank you so much for sending these for me to check out, man. They're beautiful blades. Big shout out. I'll have a link to Jack Wolf Knives webpage as well in the description below. So if you want to go see what they have available and everything like that. I mean, there's a multitude of different handle scale options with a lot of these blades. It's not just like this is the only way you can get this. Like I think some of these have there's like at least 4 or 5 different versions of each one of these knives, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely go check out their website and give them a like and a follow on Instagram and things like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Hope you all have a great day. Stay safe, stay sharp, and go check out some Jack Wolf Knives.